And welcome back to Crypto Hulk Show. I really think we're getting near the last mile. I really do. When government, well, all this internet news stuff, which is censored by the government, when the government is now actively going after Americans that are poor, disadvantaged, they mentioned a particular racial group I won't mention. They're targeting certain groups to get them hooked up with crypto in the United States. At the same time, I'm observing Africa is taking off with crypto. They're all getting signed up. And I've been telling you, the last frontier is Africa. When they start working on Africa, it's like everybody else is pretty much done. Okay. They're testing or whatever, but it's pretty much done. Um, the testing that's going on in MICA, which is Europe, and in the Hong Kong, Asia area, China. Hong Kong's basically China. So just China doesn't want to admit to taking part in any kind of capitalist activity. So that's why China does the deeds, does the dirty deeds for China and the other areas over Taiwan and shit. Those are the capitalist arms of China because China has to be seen as communist. So they can't be mixing up and doing all this stuff, okay? They got to hide the secret and make it look like they're using Chinese innovation and not Western innovation. But Crypto Hulk is able to discover things along the way and show you little jewels. So that's what I'm seeing. Today's show here in the morning. Right now it's 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, August 28th. And one thing I noticed, I'm getting some of my payments like right now. As far as I know, there's 31 days in August. Yeah. So these payments are, hey, it used to take me till like the first or even maybe the second to get a payment. Now it's coming on the 28th. See that? I I think for the most part in the United States, we're there. Now, what they're doing, I'm going to read this article. We're going to start off with this. This is something I'm seeing. I read the news every day from, not the whole day straight, but from when I get up, I'll check the news for 30 minutes to an hour. And then 3 or 4 hours later, do it again. 3 to 4 hours later, do it again. So I don't watch TV. Um, so I've noticed that too, Hulk says Tar Heels. This is what I'm seeing. Adoption for the lower people. Okay. Like I said, they're gonna get rich first, or at least they're gonna get set up first. Then when this thing launches, bam, that's how they get rich. Maybe they sell off all the dumb shit crypto and buy the new shit real quick. And next thing you know, XRP is at 10,000. Here's how it's gonna work. I'm just letting you know. All these banks, I'm still dealing with COVID, so if you see me breathing or something, or if my voice is kind of a little weird, it's just I'm trying. Oh, I'm gonna go see this guy today to get some hydro, and I won't say chloroquine, and I won't say Ivor, nor will I say Mectin. So I'll be going on that shit in about 2 hours from now. Um, but I can't talk about it because I don't want this guy to lose his license or anything. So we have to keep it on the deal. Um, Michael Gilbert, thank you very much. The tax-free donation. Michael Gilbert says, fact-based channel froze my ass off in the RV. Oh, dang. And here it is. Well, it's August still, but all right. Depends on where you're at. Hey, it might be snowing next week in Florida due to climate change. Who knows? Then you got Dave Ryan. Dave Ryan, that's a positive test. That's a tax-free test. Let me start off the show real quick. We're at the last mile. This is what I'm seeing. That's why I'm reporting today. I'm going to get everybody ready. You got to get silver and gold coins. I do sell them. I make zero money. Okay. Silver and gold coins are important to have. For every $1 in crypto, I've got about $8 in gold, silver, maybe 9, somewhere in there. If anything, some people could call me a gold bug. I don't really know what that means, but due to my portfolio, the way I got it set up, I got 800 times percent more gold than I got crypto. Reason for that is if a super hack happens, I'm only out 2 months worth of pay. So I spent 2 months worth of pay 4.5 years ago. It's pre-COVID money, not when cashiers are making $20 an hour at McDonald's, but I got 2 months worth of pay. But I did scoop up my XRP starting at 15 cents and got out at about 25 or 28 cents. For the past 10 months, I've been buying gold right around there. I started buying gold at $18.50 an ounce or so, and now it's at 2,500. Each gold coin I have, I made $700 on. Okay. What I'm expecting, what a lot of people expect, is gold to be reevaluated. Gold should be at $15,000, something like that. Silver might be at 2,000. We don't know. In my belief, what crypto and gold will do is back certain stable coins. So they're going to reevaluate this gold stuff, try to wipe out as much debt as we can, and have money backed by gold. If you've looked around at my news articles, almost all these countries now are buying gold. Okay. They're doing this strategically. Turkey, was it Turkey? Just hit like world record the other day. They bought more gold than anybody, but they tied with India. This is what I'm just showing you what's happening. Underpass 61 version 2 made it to work. Now I can focus on the important shit like the Crypto Hulk show. Right on, man. Thanks for that. So, maybe I should get some oranges and like squeeze them. Drink orange juice. So I should probably do that for vitamin C. But all the sugar in the orange juice, I'll figure it out. I'll get that Indian berry. There's some kind of Indian berry that has really high vitamin C, and not ascorbic acid shit, but anyhow, that's off the subject. Let me show you where I sell gold and silver at. Very, very important. Don't overbuy your crypto. Don't overbuy your crypto at all. 2 months worth of salary on crypto. That's it. Get at least 5,000 XRP at a minimum. Once you hit 5,000, you're good to go. You could potentially have $50 million from that. All right, and that's right within my target. So you go to my channel. Let's do it now, and then I'll get on with this sentence. Judge gives death sentence to the TikTok famous killer, Wade Wilson. Fucking people, they gotta kill people and shit. What a fucking sicko. Home tab, videos, shorts, live. Go to the video section of my program. First show lined up is called Super Rich. It's a short video for about a minute and 1 second. It says below, look below the video, 849 views. 9 hours ago, 18 products. Look to the right about 5 inches. You'll see the word more. Click on that. That's where my YouTube store pops up. I have gold necklaces, gold chains, sometimes. Here we got 1 ounce gold, silver coins. And then a 5 ounce silver coin. So, so I've got gold and silver coins, gold necklaces, and hardware wallets. And I make money off the necklaces and the hardware wallets. So there you go with that. Let's get into goji berries. No, so it's in a powdered form. It's from a berry, an Indian gooseberry. That's it, Indian gooseberry. They grind it and pulverize it into very light powder, and that's straight up vitamin C, natural vitamin C. All right, let's go to this first article here. I want you to see what I'm trending, or I want you to see what's trending. Let me do a copy paste. Dingleberries, maybe yours. Oh, it's gooseberries, numb nuts. Indian gooseberry. Okay. MasterCard and Revelate. Let me show you what's going on. Here's what I'm seeing happening. I've never seen this before. Never seen it before in 4.5 years of looking at crypto news. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm seeing here now is they're preparing the poor people. That's when you know this shit's starting to get real, okay? It's not going to be real tomorrow, but what I'm showing you, I have not seen adoption like this and concern for the poor, okay? What's been happening is all these banks all around the world, Ripple's hooked up 1,700 of them or more. Think about it. Ripple's probably got the whole world hooked up. That's why there's all these non-disclosures, right? You're going to find out one day that Ripple has everybody. And when XRP's at $1,000, you know what the dummies will say? Oh, they just got lucky on that. XRP wasn't pumping at all, and all of a sudden, last minute, blah, blah. Exactly. That I've been telling all the dumb shit people this. This is what's going on. You don't hear the news and look at the price. Then hear the news and look at the price. That's what dumb shit people do. That's what you were doing. That's why you missed out. People in the future, when you watch this video, you're so fucking stupid because you were just looking at pump action. You have no idea what's going on below the water with the iceberg. Because all you do is watch 10 minutes of a video or 5-minute videos, and you want to be rich, but you don't want to put in time. Like Crypto Hulk fans put in lots of time watching the show. They know exactly what the fuck's going on. They know exactly why this price is at 60 cents, because they're getting everything set up. And tokenization determines what your price is, not speculation. Like Ethereum, Bitcoin are all speculative. Nobody uses that shit, okay? What, El Salvador uses fucking Bitcoin? What's El Salvador's biggest export? T-shirts? Are you fucking kidding me? All right. Well, that's a company. That's a country. Crypto Hulk. No, a real company. A real country that uses Bitcoin. Not some that their biggest export is T-shirts. Give me a fucking break, loser. All right. Get out of your parents' mobile home that you live in. They rent it to you for $500 a month because you're so fucking stupid. If it wasn't for them, you'd be homeless. MasterCard has teamed up with FinTech Revelate. That's RELLEVATE to improve payments and disbursement services. You know what that is? Welfare payments, everybody. They're getting all the poor people lined up right now. This is what's going on. You are at the very end of getting the cryptos that you want and need, getting your wallet set up, getting gold and silver. If you don't, my name's Crypto Hulk, I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor at all. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. Everything on my show is fake. Before the show, I did one line of coke, and then injected some heroin, and then drank 3 Old Englishes about 30 minutes ago. So the financial advice I'm giving you now is under the influence of drugs. What we see going on right here, the collaboration announced Tuesday, August 27th, will tap into Revelate's digital banking disbursement and wallet solutions. Are you hearing me? This is how we're going to get the rest of the world hooked up. Notice this is in America. Now, this should be a warning sign to you if you're coming into crypto at the tail end. I'm trying to show you this. Nobody's going to go over this article. It's boring as fuck, okay? And that's where I come in, because I'm coming to show you this is exciting. Because if you understand what the fuck's going on, you've got MasterCard. They teamed up with Ripple, and they designed a card where you can send XRP or whatever it is. Okay? Now they're hooking up with Revelate. I looked up the website. I'm going to show it to you in a second here. Revelate is designed for people with cognitive problems, foster children, people of a certain economic poor situation, people that need to get daily paydays, some of those kind of people, right? So This is what's going on with Revelate. Unlock access. This is in the second paragraph. Revelate's meant to unlock access to payments technology for underserved communities. You know you're at the very end of this marathon race when all of a sudden now you're getting all the poor people hooked up. Let me show you. Third paragraph. With a suite of public sector solutions. You know what that's for? Getting all the elderly, mentally handicapped, mentally ill. See what's going on now? They're getting all the slow pokes at the bottom and catching them right up in America, getting them the wallets they need or a card. Some of them won't be able to function with a phone. They don't have the intellect. We got some of those people in society. And you know what? Maybe because some of them did drugs and burned their fucking brains out. Maybe their parents were fucking with drugs and they kept screwing each other and had a baby. Because when you're a baby, the first thing is to develop your brains. Your parents fucked you up because they were using drugs for whatever the reason is. They'll be given a card and they can use that card to buy shit that they need. With a suite of public sector solutions that help communities shift to the safety, security, transparency, and speed of digital payments, MasterCard, helps governments use technology to further drive inclusion. Together, Revelate and MasterCard will work with local, city, and state governments to create ways for their constituents to assess and manage their money faster and more efficiently. Here, they were given a $1 billion, $1 billion with a B, to work in Georgia, which supported 3 million poor people from Georgia, included one of the largest deployments of a virtual wallets in a government program. Are you hearing this? The biggest, here's how this works, everybody. I'm trying to show you. Right now, we're at the last mile. This program started the biggest public campaign to give away crypto wallets to people, okay? A payment system for poor people. It's what they're saying. The largest one in American history. That's why we're going over this. One of the largest deployments of virtual wallets in a government program. Do you hear me? It's already starting right now. Remember I told you near the end, they're going to have to educate people, get the poor people all going and stuff. You only move as fast as your slow pokes, right? So in America, ain't shit been going on for 4 years in crypto. I've been watching. You've been watching too. Now all of a sudden, in America, what's going on? They're getting all the poor people. That means everybody, we're ready. Now in the whole world, what's going on? The poor people. Where's that? Africa. Makes sense? Oh, now I see a crypto Hulk. You know, you got Europe already is doing the sandbox. They're testing all. They're ready to go. Africa they're just starting to get hooked up. They're not even ready to sandbox in Africa. Probably half of Africa has no infrastructure. So what you're going to be seeing over the next, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months until spring is Africa getting, everything's going to be Africa. Just letting you know, everything's going to be Africa. But you're going to see in Europe and in Hong Kong testing. Because look, they can skip America. We're already hooked up. We invented the shit, right? So, and if you got America hooked up, which means United States, you're going to have Canada because they're connected to us. And you got Mexico. We ain't going to let nothing happen to Mexico. Because then all the people are going to flood in the United States who are fucked. So ain't nothing bad going to happen to Mexico. We'll make sure Mexico gets hooked up. And since Ripple's already in Brazil and Latin America, they're already hooked up too. Okay. So their sandboxes ought to be really, really quick if they do any at all. what I'm thinking is the sandboxes in Europe is going to cover all the power brokers in the world. And then the Hong Kong sandbox, well, that's China. Because ain't nothing happening if China is not involved. So that's what I see with that. Next, let's look at Revelate.com. We're going to look at their website real quick. Okay, Revelate.com. They have something here, a public sector services, government disbursement programs. Relevate enables one-time. So if you first go to this website, just so I can make sure everybody's on the same page. You first go to the page, you'll see at the top, well, at least on my page, I'm looking at public sector services. It shows electronic benefits transfer, child support, housing, disaster relief, and many more. You're looking at Relevate. They're going to be the ones to hook up with the government. So if you're in an area maybe where there's a disaster or whatever, this is where they're rolling out crypto technologies right here. You got UNICEF involved, Tampa International Airport. But Walmart's mixed up in this. Right at home, in-home and care assistance, Kroger, Walmart. So this is the Relevate website. They give poor people a Visa card where when they get paid like daily, all right? And these people can get access to their money immediately. Relevate works with employers, and I'm going to say people that are, I'm going to be optimistic, but I really know what's going on, but it's good for me for people who are down on their luck, who need some help, and getting paid each day would help these people in the circumstance that they're in. They can't wait 2 weeks for a paycheck, okay? And this Relevate will help work with employers so poor people can get the assistance and money they need at that time. Like you and me could probably wait 2 weeks for a paycheck. These people can't. And I understand there's people like that, and I'll leave it at that. Now, we know that Walmart's mixed up with Relevate. Let me show you who else is. And that'll be Western Union, because they're a Walmart partner to move money. Western Union, so we have that article there. Western Union brings reliability reach to the U.S. Walmart locations. This is about 3 years old, okay? Now, Walmart is working with Relevate to help people that have money problems and move money around. And Walmart can do that because their partnership with Western Union. Now, here's where the small to mid-size enterprise comes in. Stellar is involved with Western Union. And that's the people's money. That's where Stellar comes into all this stuff, okay? Western Union partners with Stellar 5 years ago, okay? Next, why is MasterCard mixed up with Relevate? Because you've got to have a giant come in to get these slowpoke organizations that are poor and broke to get shit to happen. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to die because they don't have any money. They have no credit. It's going to destroy all these poor people. You'll see. So Relevate comes in. It's a government program. Relevate hooks up with Walmart, Western Union. Stellar comes right in there. Now, MasterCard's in this. Here's an article from MasterCard. 2023, November of last year, MasterCard partners with Ripple. Swipe your debit card to use XRP. So there's your XRP connection and all this. And that will be the end of this article, because the next article we're going to read here in a minute has to do with real-time payments. We're going to probably go straight to Australia on our next article. Yeah, there's that one. Hold on. Yeah, I think we'll do the Australia one next. Let me check the comment section here. I heard V-Chain's working with UFC. Yeah. Is there any reason, Daniel wants to know, is there any reason to hold any other crypto asset than XRP? Yeah, XDC and XLM. And then if you want to expand further, I mean, any ISO 20022 crypto would be your next choice. I have some VeChain personally. All right, next article is Australia. I want you to see some here about Australia. It's coming together in Australia. Let me do a copy paste here. Deck Billy. What? From a long time ago. Deck Billy. Hold on a minute. Deck Billy, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Hey, where are all the white women at? Only the cool crowd will get it. I don't know. I guess I'm not cool. But maybe Bobby Driscoll knows. Anyhow, here's the article right here. Let's see if I sent it. I'm sweating over here. I think I have a fever. Getting ready for the real-time payments revolution. This comment is produced in commercial partnership with Westpac. That's a Ripple partner. Billers. So what we're going to talk about is in Australia, their payment system is coming together. This is what we're talking about. And I want to show you who put Australia's payment system together, because they're trying to play it off like they don't know. So I'm going to help them. Billers facing into the next generation of payments need to pick their timing. A June 2030 final deadline for long discussed real-time payments was effectively set by the government in 2023 of its roadmap. The plan to modernize the Australian payment system. It's goodbye to bulk electronic clearing system known as BECS, which regulate batched direct entry payments. They're moving to a company called Pay2. That's capital P and then AY and then capital T and then O, with the promise of fund settlement in real time. Now let's scroll down. This paragraph, scroll down after the ads where it says, while Pay2 has been made available to consumers, the biller version of the solution is arguably the centerpiece and potentially a game changer. In real time, the payment solution. Here's where it gets important. Notably, it is also the first time the capabilities of the new payments platform, Australia's real-time payments infrastructure, have shifted to the big end of town. So here's what's going on in Australia. It's almost like they did the opposite. They started with the lower people and worked their way up. Because that's why it's saying here, this is the first time payments is moving to where? The big end of town. Now, the next section I want to go to here, look where it says, a question of timing. It's in dark, bold, black, a question of timing. If you go down to the 4th paragraph, you'll see Westpac is working with the early movers, a who's who of billers. So let's stop with that. Westpac is a Ripple partner. In Australia, Westpac is the who's who of billing, like the best billing, the most popular in Australia. And if we look at this article here, wow, 9 years ago, look at this. 9 years ago, everybody, this is taken. Watch this. Westpac and ANZ join Ripple Labs bandwagon. This was 9 years ago. Westpac. Following Commonwealth Bank of Australia's move to partner with Ripple Labs 9 years ago in using blockchain technology for its offshore transactions, other banks in Australia joined the bandwagon. Westpac and Australia New Zealand Bank are also working to test payment technology offered by Ripple Labs. So now we're seeing Australia's started 9 years ago to be hooked up with Ripple. There's your evidence right there. Lastly, 2 years ago, a Ripple executive named Dilip Rao went to Australia there's that article right there. 2 years ago, a guy named Dilip Rao, he's been at Ripple since day one. He goes to Australia 2 years ago and works for the Reserve Bank of Australia to hook up your banking system. So, I think it would be safe to say Australia's payment system was set up by Ripple. That's pretty clear right there. So I'm going to click out of that. That's the only thing I wanted to show you with Australia, is that Australia is pretty much all set up with Ripple. That's very clear. Now, no one's advertising it, but we're like at the end. There's not a whole lot of place where Ripple's going to be going, or these cryptos, except for the poor people. I think for the most part, everybody's already hooked up. They're just waiting on the poor people, and then all of Africa. And then now they're just officially testing. I think they're going to try to stress test these systems, send big amounts of money and fast stuff to see if there's errors or whatever. And you got Hong Kong and Europe testing. I think when those tests are done, the United States don't need to do shit. I think we've already tested it. That might be even what those blips are when we see XRP hit a price of $50,000 on an exchange and it disappears like a minute later. I think that's what that was. Okay, just my opinion. Look. Abu Dhabi. Let's go over to the Middle East. We do a copy paste here. Abu Dhabi proposes a fiat stablecoin regulatory framework. What we're talking about is this. you've got a Ripple partner area, Abu Dhabi, Dubai. This is total Ripple partners. Now, have you noticed all of a sudden now, okay, Abu Dhabi is going to propose releasing stablecoin regulation. Now, that's interesting because Ripple just announced they're going to release a stablecoin. So, notice the timing on this. I want you to see all the stuff's planned, everybody. They make it look like it's random. It's not. Abu Dhabi is a Ripple partner. The Financial Services Regulatory Authority, it's called FSRA of Abu Dhabi Global Market, has published a consultation paper containing proposals to enhance its regulatory framework to allow issuance of a fiat reference token, FRT, not FART, but FRT, from the ADGM. Basically, I'm going to cut to the chase on this one and speed it up. Abu Dhabi is going to release stable coin rules. Now, how do we get rich? Number one, global crypto regulation or global stable coin regulation, whatever you want to call it, global crypto regs. This is one step right there. The next one, having a stable coin, it's backed by something, right? So that's where you get your real world tokenization. So this is a step here. Now, it's interesting why this happened, but that's in Abu Dhabi right there. I wanted to show you something about the World Bank. Let me go right here. Hold on a minute. So here's your relationship, one of them, with Ripple and Abu Dhabi. XRP approved by the Dubai Financial Services Authority. This was November of last year. What is it? XRP was totally approved in Dubai. The XRP token has been approved by the Dubai Financial Services Authority, allowing firms in the Dubai International Financial Center to incorporate crypto into their virtual asset services. Now that has happened, but also look what happened a few months ago in February of 2024. Look at what the World Bank says about Ripple's XRP being a stable coin. Right there. Now, I don't have all the answers to what's going on. We know Abu Dhabi approved XRP. Abu Dhabi is looking to make stable coin laws. We got the World Bank that calls XRP a stable coin. And yet at the same time, you got Ripple coming out with a stable coin. I don't have the answers on how all this stuff works. I'm just showing you all these connections. Dave Ryan says 3 ads. Not all, but most answers. Hulk, you're the best. So look right here. Here you have a Ripple page, and it says Ripple US dollar. Transact with confidence using Ripple US dollar. Instant payouts. It starts talking about the RLUSD. So I'm a little confused, Crypto Hulk. Hey, I am too. You've got the World Bank calling XRP a stablecoin. Then you got Ripple coming out with a stablecoin. Now, I think we all know this is going to happen. The United States is going to need a digital dollar, okay? And then the United States is going to need like a regular dollar for the people. This is what I believe. I think So the United States is going to need a wholesale CBDC and a retail. I'll say that a different way so it makes it a little more clear. A wholesale CBDC, I think, will be used by governments when one government wants to pay another. And then when banks want to send money overseas, I think they'll trade in wholesale dollars for that. Then you got people like you and me, retail, who'll be using Stellar, which is Circle. So here's what I bet. Now, I bet that that Circle's running on Stellar. So I have a feeling, very possibly, I don't know exactly how it works out, but I think somehow this Ripple US dollar becomes the United States wholesale CBDC. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. And the XRP will be the bridge on that. I think that's possibly how this goes down. Gold and silver are going to back the United States dollar. And I'm thinking it's possible that the gold and silver and all the stuff, they're going to maybe put it onto the XRP ledger. And then somehow, I don't know how this tech stuff goes, but this USD stablecoin will be the wholesale US dollar, and Stellar will be our retail money. Now we're talking about Abu Dhabi still in the Middle East. Here's just one example of where Ripple fits in. Hold on, I got some comments here. Bruce Grant is like, yes, Shane, you only follow people with evidence-backed information. That's my whole channel. If I say something, it'll be my opinion. I'll say, now this is my opinion. Some people want my opinion. Doesn't mean anything, but it's just some people want to know it. Maybe they want to kick around some ideas in their head, ask 3 or 4 friends. Hey, Crypto Hulk, what do you think about such? And then, but you ultimately make your own decision. I mean, what I do here, I'm a researcher. I find information and share it with you to help you make a better decision. I don't make your decisions for you. I don't know. I come up with info and I'm like right now, like, I don't know how all this Circle running on Stellar, if that'll be the people's money. I think that it will. That's what my gut is telling me. It's just my opinion. I'm not backing that up with facts. The Ripple stablecoin, I know that's going to end up being a wholesale CBDC. That's my gut feeling, my opinion. I don't know how all that works. I believe we all know the XRP is a bridge. So maybe the payments will be made in US RLUSD. I've told you from the beginning, my opinion was that the Treasury is going to come in and take all the XRP in escrow. I think, in my opinion, when we get near that time, the government, the Treasury is going to take Ripple. Now, Ripple can become a bank, but I think anything proprietary, our Treasury is going to take from Ripple and use it for themselves. And Ripple will be like this castrated entity. Like, it's not going to be the Ripple we know now. It's going to be a castrated Ripple. They won't, because you can't have a company go to be public offering where the Russians can get capability to have all this stuff. It's not going to happen. So the government will take all the necessary things away from Ripple and they will hold it because it'll be systemically important. We're going to have a major catastrophe in this country. We're going to have an emergency. And that's going to necessitate the government maybe wiping out people's crypto wallets. Maybe that's part of the deal. They authorize the Secret Service to wipe out everybody's wallet. So if you got, I've been telling you, gold and silver in your hand, do not get a gold card. Like those Glint cards, the digital jackasses kept trying to sell you that, well, I'll use a Glint card and all that stuff. Don't do that dumb shit, okay? These people are telling you to buy dumb shit. If you're going to buy gold and silver, okay, then don't buy it from me. I don't make money off it anyway. But if you want to buy it from me, cool. Hold it in your hand. Okay. When this shit hits the fan, when everything goes bad, when we go through an economic downturn and have a emergency, they can take your gold and silver. It's on a card. You got it? If it's in your hand, it's going to be a lot tougher. Terrence McNamara, thanks for the tax-free donation to the channel. Stephen Morris, same to you. Stephen Morris, futures for XRP need the Ripple money to make it happen. Like I said, I don't get into all that. I haven't really planned. I don't think about that too much. Mosquito virus. Yeah, and like Donnell Jackson is saying, Ripple has former treasurer on the board for a reason. So look, exactly. This is a great point you brought up. Helps all of us to remember. Number one, Michael S. Barr, the number two guy at the Federal Reserve, used to be a Ripple executive at Ripple. Think about this. Number two guy at the Federal Reserve used to be a Ripple executive. Rosie Rios, she used to run the Treasury. Now where does she work? Ripple. Look at what's getting set up. Ripple is going to be taken over by the government. I've been telling you that for 4 years, 4.5 years. I knew that from day one. Treasury is going to take it over. There's going to be some kind of disaster. That's how this is going to go down. The disaster is going to happen. The United States is going to commandeer it through eminent domain. Government takes it. Whoop, this is systemically important in the operation of the United States. We are hereby declaring Executive Order 007-357. And we'll be taking Ripple Labs and or said tokens in said archives, whatever little legal speak is. I don't know all that shit. They're going to take this basically to break it down into real people terms. They're gonna break off Ripple, take what they want, and leave the rest. So just putting that out there, right? So we're just waiting for all this to happen. Just lastly here, I've shown you this article. I'll do it again. This is really all that I have for this morning. Plus, I'm not feeling well, so I can't be making these shows last an hour. I'm tore up. Got like a fever or something right now. We're talking about Abu Dhabi, and here's the Ripple article for that. Ripple continues to build momentum in the Middle East, North Africa. MENA, M-E-N-A, is Middle East, North Africa. This is 2021. If we go to the second paragraph, it talks about on-demand liquidity, ODL. That's when they're actually using XRP, okay? Dumb people out there like, oh, nobody's using XRP. And I'm just like, wow, dude, you're so fucking stupid. So here Ripple's telling us the countries that are using on-demand liquidity, and that's the Middle Eastern countries. It says, through a partnership with international blockchain-based financial service company, People, PYYPL. Listen to what happens. The two, Ripple and People, will bring instant low-cost remittances to areas starting with United Arab Emirates. If we go down 2 paragraphs from there, using ODL. Using ODL, that's Ripple, everybody's XRP. Using ODL and leveraging XRP. There you have it. If you don't know that the whole Middle East is using XRP, then you're fucking stupid. PYPL will provide instant, low-cost remittance options for people sending money in and out of the region. There you go with that. I will click out of that article. So there you go. There you have your show for today. Costa Rica is here. Eric Goldsmith, good morning from Costa Rica. Let's see. I think that'll be any last questions. I don't know all the answers, but I could fake it pretty good. And the escrow for the separate. Hulk, the Ripple, YP for CBDCs said they are working on private ledgers for banks and institutions for the privacy away from the public ledger. What's the chance they use 50 billion XRP on a public? Look, I don't know all these things. I don't even think about that. I do know there's at least one public ledger. Now, it's my opinion. They probably got 1,000 private. I mean, we know there's at least one private ledger. My belief is that Ripple can probably make as many ledgers as they want, and maybe can start making them tomorrow if they want. So these private ledgers, that's why we're not seeing anything. They could be testing right now. They could be testing all these, which they are on private ledgers. That's why we're not seeing this, okay? What these what these low IQ channels try to tell you is that, oh, look at the price, look at the price. They're moving all this stuff on a private ledger. That's why you're not seeing it. Otherwise, the prices would skyrocket. These people are not going to do shit where you can see. There's only a few people. Like, to get in on these tech companies, you got to work for like Andrews and Horowitz. And what they do is they have these startup fund. We already shown it where they got the buildings, all your computers. They got staff to help you. They'll give you startup money. Move into our office. Get going. Here's your project. We'll make an agreement. When you land a deal with somebody, we get the first 30% of it, or something like that. That's how all this stuff works. See. And by the time these cryptos make it to market, Andrews and Horowitz has already sold off and they're on their next project. See how all that stuff works? So they're in so early like that, okay? We're actually in late. But if you look at it, you're in early before the average people. Like, we can't beat the Andrews and Horowitz people. They're right there. And all the college, see, they're all mixed in with the governments, okay? How all this works, this is Crypto's opinion. You got Andrews and Horowitz has contacts in central, I'm not going to say intelligence, I'm not going to say agency, Homeland, not going to say security, not going to say agency. Andrews and Horowitz has all these connections with these government people. And then they go into the colleges, to the student fairs and student contests, and they have connections with teachers in colleges. That's how all this stuff's done. They find the brightest, the smartest minds and all that stuff, and they bring them to a warehouse, business office location, and hook them all up with the very promising ones. And that's how some of the really smart ones end up working for the government and on and on. They can kind of cherry pick how it goes. That's how all this stuff works. And we've gone over articles that pretty much show this, you know. But that'll be it. Let me check for any last. Yeah, colleges have Ripple nodes, right? And you look at Gary Gensler and the MIT, and then Ripple was working with MIT at one point back 10 years ago or something. Marco, thank you very much for that donation to the channel. Hulk, how can I help the people that don't want to see the truth? Well, you just answered, they don't want to see the truth. Nobody talks about crypto here. Marco, I mean, don't waste your time. You can talk to people, tell them about what you got to do is this find out with Ripple, like, again, Michael S. Barr, ex Ripple employee, number two at the Federal Reserve, Rosie Rios, leaves being the treasurer and goes to work for Ripple. Those are two right there. If that doesn't impress the person you want to talk to, stop talking to them because they don't have common sense. All right. There's no other crypto company out there that has a treasurer in the United States working for them. Like, if that doesn't impress that person, stop talking to them. You're wasting your time. Five Dennis, 1, 2, 3. Thanks for the tax-free donation. James Wallace, vice president of Ripple, said each country has a private ledger. There you go. So, like I said, there could be 1,000 ledgers. Maybe Ripple made a whole bunch and they put them in the closet, and later, if they need them, they can pull them out. I'll even go to say this. I think Ripple probably created other money systems, not just XRP. That were if the XRP ledger went down, I think they already have a backup. At least one or two other ledgers. I don't know what they're going to call them, but I think they already have them in backup, at least 2 or 3, in case something happens to the XRP ledger and somebody destroys it or some shit. They probably got another one lined up. Like, this is just my opinion. You just don't have like XRP in that. What if something happens? No, there's something else. But that's a whole nother conspiracy, and it doesn't really matter. Let's just try to get XRP above 60 cents, and then we can worry about the rest. That's how I think. I think that'll be it. Yeah, private ledger is pretty much where it's at. My name's Crypto Hawk. This show is over. I'll see y'all in my next one. Hopefully, I'll feel better. I'm going to go get my special hydroxy. I'm not going to say chloroquine and my other stuff. And hopefully, that'll start getting me better here very soon.